can we talk about radicalism in Bangladesh, which is constitutionally secular, but what has happened now? And now what do you expect? February में elections होंगे कि नहीं होंगे, क्या होगा?
देखो, election हो जाए नहीं हो, it doesn't matter. I think the direction that country has taken is a very negative one. Secondly, remember one thing, that when the country was formed, it was formed as a secular democracy. Within a few years, it became an Islamic state. To Sheikh Hasina's credit, she tried to bring back the secular origins of that country back. That has gone out of the window for now. So I don't see secularism in the strictest sense of the word returning to Bangladesh. I don't see it. Secondly, I think this
goes back.
Huh? I don't know when she goes back, if she goes back, when she goes back, what happens,
too risky for her.
what the circumstances will be at that point of time.
This is all fascist right-wing propaganda.
Might be. So the second problem is going to be that this third-rate fellow who has run that country for the last 1 year, NGO wala, typical, and I am increasingly convinced he is a typical American plant out there to do what he is doing. They have unleashed forces, jihadist forces of the sorts that nobody will be able to control. And if you are going to start trying to controlling them, it will be a lot of bloodshed before you can even put this genie back in the bottle. Because all those guys that Sheikh Hasina had bottled up, they are all out of the woodwork and they are all over the place.
Do you see Asim Munir going to Bangladesh in the next couple of months?
Can go, not go. How does it matter?
One question, would the Bangladeshi army ever take as much control of the country as Pakistani?
Not under
because it's not been a kind of the same kind of a monolithic kind of a force that the Pakistan army has.
And
Listen,
for 20 years they are back in the barracks.
I am the only Bangladeshi out here, okay? So let me tell you about my country.
Of course, right, of course.
Yeah, देखो एक तो ना देखो
ये
Pakistan
तमिल भी है,
policy
ये
should
बंगाली
not be
भी है.
made by Punjabis and Bangladesh policy should not be made by Bengalis.
No.
Do you think some policy should be made by Bengal? I thought no policy should be made by
Ideally. Least of all economic policy. So all the
South Indians क्या बनाएंगे?
all the Bengalis think
what
that
should South Indians make?
South Indians can do everything, right? But
money.
the Bengalis, like when we were in D school, all the profs were bongs, right?
Amartya Sen included.
All of the Amartya Sen was not there, but all the others. So we had Sukumai Chakrabarti, Kaushik Basu,
Manmohan Singh.
Manmohan was supposed to come, but then he had got taken into the finance ministry at that time. Kaushik Basu was a brilliant professor.
Really?
Brilliant. The most engaging. See, I'm not getting into his politics, but as a professor, he was the most engaging professor. But we had a whole lot of these Bengali professors. It was dominated by them. And they seem to think that economics is a monopoly of the Bengalis.
Yes.
We've had a few very bright Punjabi economists, more practical than the Bengalis, far more practical, but the Bengalis ideologically always try to dominate it and they have done it.
हम बात क्या कर रहे थे? सवाल क्या था?
Listen, first of all, you can't put bright Punjabi and economist in one sentence.
We had a prime minister.
Whereas all
very good prime minister.
Name two bright
Whereas
Punjabi economists.
he was a much more brighter politician. He was a brighter politician than an economist.
On the other hand, bright Bengali and economist all go. They are perfectly aligned. Yes, Pranab Mukherjee.
Such a good economist.
Vodafone tax.
Such a good economist.
No, Pranab Mukherjee was a brilliant politician, but every time he got charge of the finance ministry,
Retrospective
he screwed
tax.
up.
Oh yes.
20 साल तक.
No, that's because he didn't have the freedom to do what he wanted to do.
Power. All finance ministers, everybody, like under
Chidambaram.
There was Chidambaram also, there was Pranab Mukherjee also. All these guys, nobody had freedom to be prime minister, to be finance minister, to be defense minister.
You went to Chidambaram's balcony.
They all stayed.
Because Manmohan Singh was finance minister under PV Narasimha Rao.
Yeah.
He was not Tamil, he was Telugu.
तू तो सरसों के खेत में गया था. You went to Chidambaram's balcony. गोभी के खेत में नहीं गया था तुम.
Terrace farming was going on. He was growing cauliflowers on his terrace.
No, that's the only thing you.
अब मुझे नहीं पता है क्या कौन है। I'm not commenting myself.
Talking about
Can we get back to Bangladesh, my home country?
your home country?
So in my home country, I want to tell you-
Undivided Bengal.
undivided.
Let's be clear on that. You're
passport
not a
पे लिख देते
Bangladeshi. You never were a Bangladeshi.
इसको बाहर इसे illegal Bangladesh इसको बाहर
हमरा
इसका
सब
SIR
इसका SIR
SIR करवाओ इसको भेजो।
इसका SIR कराओ, फिर FIR कराओ।
CA कराओ, CA कराओ.
नहीं सीए तो वापस आ जाएगा ये
हाँ, नहीं, no CA.
बाहर फेंको।
इसको SIR कराओ, फिर FIR कराओ, इसको बाहर निकालो।
हाँ. And those tagging me on X because of that, please
He's
see,
Bangladeshi.
we are putting him out of the
we're
country.
throwing him out of the country.
We're throwing him out.
Now, you see, in my country, what is happening is the army is in charge. Okay, they have had enough of the clown, and they've had more than enough of the clown. The clown was read the riot act. The clown has been forced to announce elections. He did not want elections, by the way. The army, my army, had to put the pistol in the head of this crown.
Pistol.
They have seen to it that there will be elections in the country. Now, what is going to happen in election, we cannot tell. But I want to assure all our viewers from this side of the border that in my country, everything is hale and hearty. The
Looks like it, yeah.
the fellow, the NGO clown is going out. He will probably take a plane and never come back again, thankfully.
We'll be sitting in Northern Virginia next
Now,
to the pool, sipping his mojito.
What you will get back to his
Talking about poverty. Yes, correct.
now, what will end up happening, I believe, is initially these the BNP has been destroyed completely, and that is in a way Sheikh Hasina did that. She destroyed the BNP. The Jamaat-e-Islami, unfortunately, see, it was better to have lesser fundamentalists than even greater fundamentalists. The Jamaat-e-Islami are the Razakars who supported the Pakistan army in its genocide. Now, what you will see invariably is my people will vote for the legitimate ruler of Bangladesh, Apa Sheikh Hasina Wajid, and she will ultimately come back. Make no mistake about it. She will ultimately come back.
I don't think so.
How are they going to vote for her?
She's not contesting.
They will come as independents. They will come as independents
They
and they will
disbanded
win.
her party.
Listen, they control there were no fixed elections out there. They control all the trade unions. The entire, textile boom that is happening there is precisely because of the way the trade unions were controlled and things like that.
I want to ask an uncomfortable question after you're done.
Initially, when you have, say, a BNP, a Jamaat combined kind of thing, you will have the normal problems that you have with the BNP government, slightly more because of the Jamaat-e-Islami.
So who is going to form the next government?
But notice, they used to be saying all kinds of anshunt bake ja rahe the about India from their cabinet. All of that in the last 5 to 6 months has stopped.
So, the way I look at it is
after you're done.
that I don't think Sheikh Hasina, firstly, I don't know about her party, but I don't think Sheikh Hasina is going to take part in the election because she will be lending legitimacy to the election, which are going to be totally tilted in favor of either the Jamaat, most probably the Jamaat and not the BNP. And if it is in favor of the Jamaat, then you're going to get a completely radicalized, unfree, radical government in Bangladesh, and we're going to have serious problems out there. So that's the way I look at it. If you want to add anything on Bangladesh, and then
I want to add something that, I need Paji's response on that. You see, India has always, in the last 70 years, dealt with nations that were dictatorial nations, dictatorships, authoritarian. We've had no problem with that. Middle East, pura Middle East hi वैसा है. We're dealing with them, friends हैं, झप्पी वप्पी पाते हैं. And we've always said that India will not interfere in the internal affairs of any other country.
Which is
We've
a
had
joke.
that.
Anyway.
अब यहाँ पे हमने क्यों refuge दे रखी है भाई? Are we not interfering in the internal affairs of a country?
No, we are duty bound.
That is why.
No,
Please explain.
We don't.
Why?
All countries, when they say that
It is the law of refuge.
Look,
हमने दलाई लामा को भी यहाँ पे invite किया है. We have invited at one point of time even Prabhakaran was sitting out here.
Yes.
We've had Afghans sitting out here.
Yeah.
We had
saying
Najibullah's wife.
We
getting
don't.
refuge out
We
here.
are not toppling governments.
Even the Burmese, that
are-
Nobel Prize.
We're not
Aung
toppling
San
governments
Suu
like
Kyi.
what the Americans
So
do.
does Bangladesh have an extradition treaty with India?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
And
Yeah.
they have wanted.
So let me explain extradition to you.
As a layman, I'm asking this question.
If
so
you
I'm not a
want to
diplomat.
if you want to extradite somebody, there
Whenever
are
you
two
want to ask an
criteria.
inconvenient question, now you always say, "I am asking as a layman."
Yeah,
Because
sari
you
poll khol
already, you already
Sari
made-
pole khol
No,
do.
because you are a last Englishman. Now, so you are doing what the duplicity of the Englishman. you are.
And I just want to point out that I am going to give a very technical answer and specific answer to a question that this man refused to answer my question.
Okay.
The law of extradition requires two things to happen. First, what you are asking for the extradition for as a crime in your country must also be a similar crime in this country, in the host country. The second is that the legal process followed in that country should be a process that is recognized in this country. Now, being guilty of treason and human rights violation is also a crime in India. The kangaroo court that was set up was a process violation in India.
Completely.
And therefore, we will not say it publicly, but it will be denied on the second ground.
No, and plus
And
there's
that- but
there is
my-
another caveat to that,
response to that.
which is that India-Bangladesh treaty has this clause. I'm paraphrasing and very loosely, that in the case of politically motivated trials, extradition can be refused.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा।
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है।
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब।
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप।
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI, it does not lie.